I'm hoping that we're going to see a lot more community engagement from individuals after this pandemic. Early on in the process, we saw a lot of people joining mutual aid groups or other kinds of voluntary associations, people helping their neighbours, offering to go and get food or medications for them, people actually starting to speak much more to those people who live around them. And I think this is an opportunity for us to build on as we move beyond this pandemic. I think it's really crucial as this pandemic continues that we try and maintain a sense of social cohesion. We saw that very strongly early on in the pandemic, but over the last few months, there started to be a lot more social fragmentation within different societies in certain countries, such as the UK, starting to be more blame about the virus or more realization of the differences between different social groups' experiences. But it's really crucial that we try and overcome this if we want to try and preserve that community spirit moving forwards. In the UK, we've certainly started to see less and less trust of the government and people really not actually placing as much confidence in the rules they're coming up with and the statements they're making. And this has consequences beyond the pandemic as well, as we might start to have less respect for their institution. And this is quite concerning moving forwards for what that means for how we function as a democracy. I think it's going to be really important that people feel they've got a role to play, that they feel like they're not just dependent on higher authorities to make statements or to define rules, but they feel that they can affect change themselves at local levels. So I think there'll be a huge role for community groups, voluntary associations, and grassroots organisations so that people feel that they can make a difference from the ground up. I think it's important for people to identify what factors of their lives mean the most to them or meant the most to them before the pandemic, and to almost use this to reprioritize how they live as we move forwards. For some people, that might have been a greater appreciation of the value of family or friends. For others, it might be about hobbies or leisure activities that give them a sense of purpose or help them to cope. And for other people, it might also be that their work has changed in terms of its importance to them. And I think people are going to have to think very carefully about these priorities in their lives in order to redefine what things they focus on and prioritize as we move forwards.